Hello, welcome to Subjective Insights. I ain't posted anything in a long time because couldn't be bothered. Also, I think I get a lot of my inspiration when I go out walking, and I haven't been doing lots of long walks, so I've kind of got off my ass on my day off now and gone out for a long walk, and lo and behold, inspiration arises. Now today I'm going to talk about the magic money tree, right? People are always asking, where does the money come from? Where does the money come from? And it's a very legitimate and important question. Well, if you take a £5 note out of your pocket, right, you'll see it's made out of something. So I'm going to show you a magic money tree, right? It is a magic money tree. I'm surrounded by them. There you go. Magic money tree, right? What you do is you take that, say you chop it down, you mulch it up, you put it through a process, and at the end of that process you get something called paper, right? Paper. And if you're the government and the Bank of England, right, if you write, I owe you £5 on that bit of paper, guess what that bit of paper is? It's money, mate, money. Now then, so essentially the state and the Bank of England, their relationship is a bit of a funny one, because the way that money's issued through that is the state will go to the Bank of England and it will say, I want to borrow, for the sake of argument, £500, right? So the Bank of England gives the government £500, and then with the little receipt that the government gives them that says, I owe the Bank of England £500, the Bank of England, with that I owe the Bank of England £500, it does something called monetising, right? It monetises that debt, and then it issues that debt out in loans and other ways, I think. Anyway, now, if a state has a sovereign currency, that is, it issues its own currency and its debt's denominated in its own currency, then that state has an infinite capacity to pay for stuff. Because guess what, mate? Guess what? There's a lot of fucking paper in that tree. A lot of fucking paper. A lot of it, right? So, the question is, now, if this is so, if the state has an infinite capacity to pay for stuff because it issues currency, why the hell does it tax? What's the purpose of taxation, right? Because you all think taxation is for revenue. You all think the government, right, that prints money, that takes these things here, right, drops them up, turns them into paper, turns them into money. You think, right, that thing needs your taxes for revenue. Not true, not true. Because there's another question, right? Why the fuck are you lot exchanging food, energy, labour, cars, all the things you care about for little pieces of paper? Why are you doing that? Because like say, in the natural state of affairs, if you were out on the Serengeti, a kind of primitive man, and you've got your axe and you've got your bit of meat, and I come up to you with a bit of paper that you can't eat, fuck, or do anything with, and I say to you, hey mate, if I give you this bit of paper, will you give me that hammer? He's gonna go, truck on mate, truck on, I'm not a schmuck. So there's got to be a kind of way to impart value to make people want these bits of paper, thus tax. There are two functions of tax actually: one, to control inflation, and two, to make people want the product. See, the Roman army, it's through taxation that money is given value, and it's through money being given value that markets are created. So for instance, in the Roman Empire, right, what the Roman Empire would do is it would give its soldier geezers loads and loads of gold coins, right? And then it would say to all the countries around it conquered, oh, right, you little bastard conquered countries, right? You got to give me loads of gold coin in tribute. Now then, these countries are like, oh, I don't know, where am I going to get gold coins from? Oh, I'll get gold coins from the soldiers. Okay, so and then they go to the soldier, hey, soldier, we need gold coins. And the soldier's like, oh, well, we need food. So that's through basically putting a tax that you exact in gold coins, you create a market that supplies your military with food. So taxation is there just to impart value, to make people, it's the same with fines and stuff like that as well. All the money that the government extracts in tax and fines and stuff out of the public, the primary unspoken function of that is to make people want the pieces of paper, to exchange goods for the pieces of paper. That's what it's for. Because say I own all these trees, and I issue tokens out, and I give you little slips of paper, right? And then all of a sudden I go, hey mate, I want some slips of paper from you, please. You look around me and you see that I'm surrounded by trees, surrounded by tons and tons of paper. I've got an infinite amount of paper. The question should come to your mind, why the fuck do I want your paper? I gave it to you in the first place, and I'm giving you more all the fucking time. Why do I want your paper back? to make everybody use the paper. Well, in the case of for me to use that analogy as tax, I'd have to have a gun, you know, pointing at your head, say, look mate, give me bits of paper back or I'll shoot you. Which would make the question of why am I going to such lengths to get these bits of paper back? When I've got magic money trees, I'm literally surrounded by magic money trees. Goodbye.